Hello, everyone. Let me know if you can hear me. I'm trying to figure out sound setup. Got a little vibe music in the background, but we are about to open Stonesaga. Really excited about this one. I did a brief look through yesterday, but nothing crazy. I just kind of put a few components in here that weren't included in the sample. Got a little gaming table. Got the iPhone set up above us. We have Core Box. We have Nature of the Beast, and we have Meals and Myths. Incredible. So a couple things. These two games, these two expansions are basically like normal game size. So that's great. Stonesaga, I don't know how much it weighs. It is significant though. This is the game's gonna come overpacked at the beginning because we like a flush box after you punch out. And you'll see the amount of punch that we have. We'll probably even do a little bit of punching here. I'm excited. We got like 60 more seconds. As we go, I'll be kind of watching. I got my laptop set up to the side so I can watch and see any comments, respond to any questions that you may have about different components. Remember, this is a digital sample. What that means is it was printed digitally, which uses a different printing process than typical manufacturing. They do this for low quantity runs or prototypes like we're having here. And so a couple things, the fit and finish of, there's kind of some like weird fit and finish things that are not going to be great. The color is not going to be 100% representative because it was not a CMYK printer. And there's a few components that I believe are missing from here, like the dice, and I know there's an issue already with one of them. I already pulled it to the side, but all that to say, it's still really exciting. You'll get a sense of just how big and significant this game is. So, are we ready? Should we dive in? Great. And again, if you have any questions, feel free to chime in as we go. But this is Stonesaga Core Box, designed by Max Brook and Luke Eddy. We kickstarted this a couple years ago, and so many of you have been waiting patiently to get your copies. So this is one of the final steps before we enter in full manufacturing. It's to do a review of the digital samples. So here we go. Open the box. So I know people don't. Maybe this box is thick. It's 3 millimeters thick. And here, I'm just going to stop here. This was the inception of the game. I don't know if you all know that, but the idea was, what if there was some sort of kind of prehistoric survival game that at the end of every session, you marked down the deeds of your tribe or your civilization on a cave wall that was on the inside of the box. And then, over a course of dozens of sessions, you get this whole tapestry of a civilization. And I pitched that to Max a long time ago, and he loved it, and it ran. I'm so excited that it's still in the game. So for those of you who are okay we have this, but we also have solutions for those who don't want to kind of get it in the box. Okay, I know that's probably boring for people, but here we go. So we have a first game setup that just gives you a really clear organization of how to organize all your cards and how to set up your trays and all that stuff just to get you ready to go. So it's pretty basic. And then for those of you who don't want to draw on the inside of the box, we have these cave wall kind of painting sheets. Right now they're only single-sided. I don't know why they're not double-sided. So I'm going to kind of make a note of that because I think I would like to make them double-sided. There's no reason not to, but these are the cave wall sheets. There's 2 of them. And then we get into our stack of punch. So we got lots of tokens. Oh yeah, maybe I don't, if anyone's afraid of spoilers, there's going to be, some spoiler content, just in the sense of like there's some of these hexes and stuff that you're maybe not sure of what they'll do, but you'll open this and you'll organize it at the beginning of the game. Anyways, and so we got a bunch of tokens, energy tokens. If you got the token upgrade, a lot of these actually end up becoming wood, which is really cool. I love the wood tokens. We have some more we have some mantle powers. Actually, a lot of these will have mantle powers off to the side. Crafting materials, different food, fish, nuts, a bunch of different icons. We have some overlays, which I'm excited to show you. I don't even know if people know. You can get some farming set up with your civilization in this game. Some pretty cool things that you can eventually tech into. We have depletion tokens, and then a lot of crafting tokens. So these are, all for the crafting mechanic that is in the game. Ronnie's asking if the token upgrades can be stashed in the box, and yes, they can. I'll show you the trays in a moment, but we made sure that the trays can hold the upgrade tokens. We have our mining stuff here, and as I'm looking at this, I'm realizing that this doesn't have the mining bag. So we have a draw bag for the mining tokens. Some more overlays, some hexes, great. And again, the coloring is not perfect on these, but this is I believe the verdant veil. Got some more hexes here, and like I don't know if you can appreciate that, but the art on this, Andrea, our artist for Stonesaga, did such a fantastic job on this game. This is a Skyreach Plateau. Really cool. There's a lot of secrets. There's a lot of mysteries. And for those of you who don't remember, all these hexes, they come into the game like this on this side, where you have this kind of fog of war mechanic, and then when you reveal them, you'll see them. Got some more hexes here. A lot of fun hexes. Great. Okay, so we'll do some punching out in a moment, but before we do that, let me just kind of keep on going here. So we have a couple of reference sheets for you. First is this train. So just a train reference sheet. So it has those 2 starting zones and all the different kind of actions that you can do on the train. Because I don't know if I'm gonna pop one of these guys out. So remember, unlike traditional board games, that lots of board games would have icons to tell you what you can do. And Stonesaga, instead of it being icons, it's actually just artwork. So if you see a lake, you can go fishing at the lake. If you see a river, you can go fishing or collecting water out of the river. And those are different mechanics. You also have these are mountains, and this is what you see on the reference sheet here. So at the mountain, you got a couple of different actions. You can go mining, or it also gives you some icons for building certain materials and stuff. But this is one of the neatest things about the game, where it's very art-driven gameplay, and intuitive gameplay, because there's a lot of discovery. There's a lot of intuition required and asked for when you're playing Stonesaga. So terrain reference sheet, just some more terrain stuff, just some overlay references, fun elements there. And then this is just a little bit of an action reference sheet. So kind of a quick how to fish, how to mine. And these are chunky cardstock. I don't know. Yeah, chunky cardstock. Yeah, sure. We have our foraging, fishing, mining. These are some of the main kind of actions that you'll do that are a little bit more involved in the overworld. Just the activities that you end up doing. Okay, then we get into our books, and these books are significant. This is the rule book. It's coil bound, and at first it looks daunting because it is thick. It's like 107 pages, so significant. But I wanted you just to appreciate a couple things. I think Taryn, our graphic designer, did an incredible job laying this out, and Adam Baker, he kind of spearheaded the writing for it. But look at like, as far as rule books go, it's not condensed. It's very readable. We're liberal with the images, and the examples, which is really helpful when you're learning this game. And then, a couple things. We have a great table of contents at the beginning, and at the end we have we also have an index. And so as you're kind of looking through your specific things, you can get it. I'm really excited about that. Great rule book. I think they did really well on it. And then we have the codex. This is where the mysteries, where all the crafting recipes are, where all the kind of like a lot of the story is, and it's huge. It is full of outcomes that you'll be asked to read. Different ways that your civilization evolves over the generations. There's rules that kind of get added to the game as you kind of discover different things in here, and it's huge. So it's so cool. Kind of a neat thing. We have a community member who kind of transformed this codex into a very slick app. And so the app itself is also really cool. These are all like the cave marks that you might end up drawing in on your cave wall, and these are just kind of rough examples that we give players as a little kind of table to go through. Cool. Okay. Another thing about these samples is that the trays are not cut out 100% properly. I'll show you what that means. But so these are our token trays, and there's two of them. Nice kind of chunky plastic, rigid plastic. There is a spot for tracking here, and this is the one thing that they screwed up, and I'll show you. I'm not too sure why these punch boards. So this punch board here is supposed to go inside of here, like boom, and then we have like this wood token that you track it. So something happened, and this got resized. But this is the token tray. Really kind of good, kind of thick plastic. Can hold all your tokens. We have an example of how you can set it up, but so you'll see, like, this is the result of the sample. They cut this manually, and so, but really great. These will kind of go on the table. You'll be pulling stuff from, and they work wonderfully. Yeah, those are the two token trays. We'll go back and we'll see how stuff fits into them. All right, let me just do a little coffee break here. Okay. So now that's just the top layer. So when you open the game, you won't have all the punch. You'll have the token trays on top. Underneath, we have our journal. Inside of the journal has some things that you'll do that allow you to kind of save and kind of keep track of your civilization and different challenges and whatnot. We'll also have this available for PDF print, so that you can kind of update and use as well for any future campaigns. So we have this guy here. Then we have some of our little boards. This is the Aurochs Companion that comes with the core game. Aurochs Companion, and we have the three behemoths that are in here. And I don't love the color on here, but I think this is just the digital print sample. We have one behemoth. We have this really kind of a fun gameplay element. Oh, we'll get into the minis in a second, but a fun gameplay element is when you're encountering the behemoth, you're actually like, you start down here and you kind of like work your way up, and you're climbing the behemoth, and you're doing these different actions and challenges and skill checks and trying to kind of get your certain thing. It's a little bit like, what was our inspiration? Is it Shadow of the Colossus? I think Shadow of the Colossus. It's like that old PlayStation game where you're like climbing these big monsters. So that was one of our inspirations for these behemoths. We have 1 behemoth, 2, 3 behemoths here. Okay, and then let's get into the dual layer mantle boards. I'll flip these things up here. So now we enter into this tray, and this tray is called our discovery tray. It's a clear tray. You can see it here. It fits perfectly. And inside we have our 4 mantle boards. These are dual layer boards for a specific reason, because we have our inventory bag here where you're going to keep your materials as you craft them, mantle powers, area for tracking your wounds, illnesses, your energy items, all that stuff. So we have the 4 of these. One, again, beautiful artwork. Jean was asking about the French translation. The translators, they're working through the stuff. But they will be a few months behind the English copy. You saw the books, how significant the books are. And my table's getting really messy. I should have prepared to kind of have stuff out of the way as we're working through it. But here we are. Okay, so let's walk through here. Let's showcase miniatures. Pretty great. Love them. 1 mini. Oh. 2 mini. Spear guy. I'm trying to remember. They actually have names. Just love the character design. I think it's so good. And then I think this is the first one that we did. Big guy with a big hammer. Okay, so let me kind of let me put some of these things back in the discovery tray. I'm gonna move this tray to the side. So kind of nice thing about this tray is that it kind of holds up rigidly. Oh, so we'll show. When you punch out all the hex tokens, all the hex land tokens are going to go in here. Overlays are going to go in here. We have mantle powers that will go here. So let's just, can I even just look? I gotta clean my working space. Things got out of hand real quick. Let's just do that, and okay, so I'll just punch out a few things just to show you guys where they go. So mantle powers go here, and then it's kind of a little bit like an accordion, so they'll all kind of get stacked here, and then they'll fit nice and flush. And then we have our terrain, and then our overlays. So this tray will look really cool when it's kind of all loaded up and good to go. We try as much as possible at OpenAL to make setting up, saving the game as fast as possible, even for these big, complex, kind of involved games like Stonesaga. Okay, now we're moving down another layer. We have this kind of this thin, kind of protective shield plastic that just kind of covers it. And where do we start? Let's start with the minis. This is one of my favorite minis. This is Aurochs. This is the companion that comes in the core game. And then we have one of our main. This is our first behemoth that we made. Huge. I guess this is big. This is like a big behemoth. Big mini, very chunky. Really excited to see what the painters end up doing. We have like our snake guy. And then my favorite mini, one of my favorite minis in this core game, is this behemoth with this cool bubble shield on the back. Yeah, so good. Okay, let's. I'll do the cards at the end. So let's just spin this around. These are our terrain trays. I believe that's the name of them, and they're cool for a couple reasons. But this is where you'll kind of build out your map. So it starts. Let me just get 3 in there. As you're kind of discovering the world, this is how it is. And when you land on a spot, you flip it over, and that is you discovering it. And then certain events and activities will end up placing these overlays on it, and all the saves. Right, this will go back into the core box. Ronan, the minis do not come painted. No, the minis come as you see them here, and so the overlays go on, and again, right, they're snug here, and so they're changing the map as you play, which is just so cool, so significant. And so we have a lot of these. Yeah, really cool. Really cool. And I'm just interested. Yeah, cool. That's great. Okay. Probably shouldn't put them in all at the same time, but I was just wondering how it works for for staving and stuff. And I think if you do it one at a time, you're good to go. Yeah, there we go. Okay, so that is our terrain trays. Take a look at these cards here. In this stack, this is our our massive set of challenges. So these are like the things that you choose to do when you start playing the game. Big set of challenges. Gene, I believe you can remove the bubble. You'll have to take a heat gun to it though, and work from there. And then we have these are knowledge cards, and you gain these knowledge cards by kind of discovering various activities, various things. So you'll gain those. And then we have our some reference cards: day phase, night phase. And there's something I need to make sure. I need to confirm about the order of these cards. I'm just going to put these back. Okay, and then we'll bust open one of these card boxes, and these card boxes are big. So I'll take both the card boxes out while I'm at it. There is room to sleeve the cards. Marcus was asking, so you'll notice here's the card box. We got room for sliding, and we have what are these called? Card dividers. Card dividers. These are all of the card dividers to help you organize the game. And then we have cards, and there are a lot of cards. Let me just open some of these. Again, I want to make sure I don't mess up the order of these, but it looks good. So these are a lot of our goal cards. This is so cool. This is like the first time I'm seeing a lot of this. After we've done a lot of changes, there is a lot Guys, there's so much content in this game. I hope I hope you're as excited as I am to kind of dive in. You know what? And I don't know where the divider is for that one. So there's that. We have, what are these ones? Forge cards, delving cards. In here, outpost cards. These are the character cards for creation. We've got a lot of them, a lot of different characters. We have different crafting. Here's a bunch of items. Bone knife, like that. It's great. There's a ton of items in this card, in this deck. A lot of unique artwork, a lot of unique items, a lot of unique buildings. Here, let's open this one while we're at it. It's one of those games that I think, like, it does a lot of really neat new things, and it comes together in such a special way that, like, I'm unsure of like any other kind of gameplay experience that's like Stonesaga. It's big, but it's also just like full of like discovery and kind of fun moments and different whimsy. So yeah, I'm looking through. These are a lot of what are these? Yeah, these are journey cards as you're kind of journeying through. I wanted to show you some of the buildings though. And then buildings, look at these. All these different buildings you can construct in your outpost. Oh, and Marcus says, congratulations on the new baby. Thank you, yes. Thankfully, the baby is behaving right now. I wasn't too sure how the live stream was gonna go. But yeah, she's doing good. 1 week old today. Okay, so now when we put everything back together, well, actually here, let's do this. I'm gonna put this here. I'll put the card boxes at the bottom, and then this tray here. I want to show you guys just how some of like the storage elements work. Oh no. And then the woodpecker decides to show up and just completely ruin the live stream, which is not great. So here, let me just pop out some of these. I might actually have to start a campaign up. I don't know if I have time to start a campaign, but I feel like I should. Can you guys hear the crazy woodpecker? Sounds like a machine gun. That's shooting off. Yeah, Mark is wondering if the baby's sleeping. Oh, yeah, but you know what? Baby's sleeping real well. Thank you for asking. Yeah, we're really happy. She's gaining weight, sleeping well, doing all the good things that baby should be doing. Yeah, I'm gonna store this one, and then I'm gonna move on to. I'll show you guys the. Put that in backwards. Yeah, look at that. Okay, so this kind of gets filled up, which is really neat. Oh, you don't hear the woodpecker? Good. It is so loud. So the store's here. Oh yeah, right here. While we're at it, I'm gonna go through this anyways and kind of store everything afterwards. I want to get a feel of this. It's always a little bit nerve-wracking when you get your samples. And we've had many samples, but sometimes it's like, will things fit? Especially with how we do it. Our tolerances are so small on our trays because we need everything to kind of like line up perfectly. And look at that. That is great. I don't know. You can't really tell in the live stream. But but that lines up perfectly. And then you would have any active challenges. So yeah, this is important. In the base of the box here, you'll store all the challenges, but the ones that you can choose from to play will be stored in your active challenge slot, which is going to be right here. Okay, let me show you guys how some of the tray stuff works, just because I think there's a lot of so trays, boom, nice little snap. And we were going to go kind of individual and like bespoke kind of trays, but you know what? We decided that it was going to be easiest if we make the trays just kind of more generic. And I know it's a little bit boring to have just a bunch of these like kind of square wells, but we did this because I think it's just like everyone sometimes likes to organize a game a little bit differently. And with this, it gives players a lot of kind of flexibility of like how to organize their trays. There's no like right or wrong way to organize a tray, but you know, once you kind of see everything, then it's super simple just to be able to, you know, you can look in here and be like, hey, I need a fish. And you don't have to do the annoying thing of setting up your punch board every time. And they also fit. They also fit kind of crafting resources. And so that's typically, I think that's what we have in our setup guide. We have one, it's like, hey, set up one as your kind of crafting station, and then you set up the other one as kind of your resource station. And there's extra wells here, pretty generous amount of space so that you can use it for the kind of bigger tokens as well, like the deluxe tokens as well. Hey. I'm just looking. So, what a great chunk of content in this game. Let me push this back here. See if I can. And organizing it, it's like it's not super crazy. Once you kind of it's doing that because of the cut. And where's my books? Here's my books. One book. 2 books. Actually, I should go. These guys here. Reference sheets. And then books. And then that's where you would kind of shut the lid. Put this here, and then I'll come back and I'll do some organizing afterwards. So that's Stonesaga. That's a couple of things that actually we're missing. No dice in there. Comes with a set of colored pencils to mark up your cave wall, and the colors do sort of matter sometimes. And so we have a set of colored pencils. And then there's some dice. These are the deluxe dice. So kind of fun acrylic they got. Let's see if I can. They got like a kind of a fun stone vibe to them. Don't have the main dice in there, but hey, yeah, that's the Stonesaga core box. Let me just put this in. What is this? Sometimes with the samples, they give you a couple different options to look at. Okay, I'm back. Let's go Nature of the Beast. Coffee break. Right, Nature of the Beast. This little rule book. There's something about like the thematics of this game which I love. Like even at the top here, right? You creep through the gnarled glade, spear in your hand and hunger in your belly. Scratch marks on the roots from hard hooves reveal the passage of your prey. Suddenly, from ahead, you hear a low, chattering roar. You are not the only hunter in the tangle today. That's just great. What a setup to the game. It has there's a new kind of terrain region in this called the Tangle. See it here. Some new. Oh, look at let's just appreciate. Beautiful, love it. Mantle powers. There's new knowledge cards. We have an extra set of outpost and character cards, and there is a behemoth in this one. Sorry, behemoth instincts. There's not a new behemoth in this one, but some instincts. Nice little tray. We have our new our companions. Yeah, one. Yeah, I love the worm guy. And then the companions also have their minis. This little mouse dude. It took a while to get. I like this guy. Little weird dog. And then this funny little bug caterpillar thing. Yeah, lots of content in here. A lot of cool new challenges. Just a lot of great new stuff. All these cards will fit. They'll fit into the core game, and so you can store them there, which is real nice. Okay. That is Nature of the Beast. Let's pull out some Meals and Myths. So this matters. The cooking pot inside of the box lid for Meals and Myths. You have a couple hot spots, which also come into play. Again, you get a little rule book here. The Meals and Myths comes with there's a cookbook, new recipes for cooking. Love it. So it's taking existing elements, adding a few things like eggs and honey, and then creating a bunch of new recipes that you can use. New region. Really cool. We have new behemoth. A new mantle. And some challenges. There's some more cards. We have some new buildings, a bunch of new recipes. New foraging, a lot of stuff there. One of these new hexes, and we have our two minis. New mantle mini, and then massive new behemoth. Like as reference, this mantle mini, pretty normal size. Behemoth mini, behemoth. So good. Great. Wow. Yeah. Look at that. Would you look at that? Just a incredible set of content. We have to figure out how to make sure that they pack this well when it comes. Oh, interesting. Yeah, I see something here. Okay, yeah, these are just some good notes. as I review all of this. Okay. That's Stonesaga. Thank you so much for waiting. And by waiting, I mean like we. Oh, here, I'll kind of keep this to the side. We have we've been busy like making this game, and I know a lot of you have been patiently waiting for it to come, and it's because of the scope. It's not it's not like we haven't we haven't continued to work on it or put it on the back burner or any of those things. It just has taken a long time. Max and Luke have done a lot of work on it. Our team internally has done a ton of work. The amount of editing steps, the amount of words in this game, it's significant, and it is really like a work of love from us. And I'm confident that thank you for waiting. And as when you guys get this game later this year, that we will that you'll have some incredible gaming experiences, some really fun memories, and I like there's no other game like Stonesaga out there, and so thrilled to see what you all think of it. But also, hey, thanks for jumping on and taking a look at the Stonesaga unboxing. Okay, take care, everyone.